Hello, welcome back. I'm Tonya from Tonya's Witchy Kitchen, and how are you doing today? Do you have any bad habits? Not habits that your spouse or significant other nags you about, but like what you feel is a bad habit in your life. It's a legit question, you guys. Have you stopped to think about this? Like, is there other bad habits that you have that you feel are bad habits, and how to change them is the question. It's not that easy. And I know I have a lot of bad habits. I think everybody has a lot of bad habits where you think it's a bad habit. Not that the family does. The family probably thinks it's a bad habit, but what you think is a bad habit. How do you overcome that? So I've been thinking about this lately because, like I said, I don't do New Year's resolutions. I just find things that hit me in my life and I'm like, oh, wait, this needs to be fixed. My house is so lived in, it's lived in, okay? And I'm going to rectify that. And I know I've talked about my house forever, but with this business and how I have slowly grown, it has grown with me in my house, and to my husband's dismay, like, he can't stand it. He would probably love it if I quit everything and just put on an apron and pretended I was my grandma and ironed his shorts. I kid you not. Yes, she used to do that. She loved to iron though, so she'd iron everything. So ain't gonna happen, honey. I'm sorry, not doing it. And everybody will tell you, if you're like, do I have any bad habits? Oh, they're gonna lay them on you. They're gonna dump that manure right on top of your head, because, everybody's a critic. But what are the habits that you would like to change in your life? And if you don't do anything about it, it's okay. But just give yourself a thought, give yourself some of that space to think about, what you really, really would like to change of your bad habits. So how do you take control of that? How do you fix it? First of all, it's a long process because it's like washing my clothes and waiting 2 weeks to put them away. And I have actually been better about that one, because I can wash till tomorrow. I can wash constantly, and but that's a habit from having 5 children under a certain age and washing all the clothes and doing all the laundry, and I know sometimes I'll say find a support, find somebody to hold you accountable. So start slow, hold yourself accountable, and if it sucks and you do poorly, it's okay. Don't bash yourself. Just start over. That's easy. It's easy. You can do that. Just start over the next day. Give yourself some sympathy and be like, you know what? It was a bad day. Maybe you shouldn't have started today. Or, you had all this other stuff on your plate. You shouldn't have done this today. Another thing is keep a daily log. Show the things that you did get done. Even if it's a little thing like, oh, I kept the table clean all day. Give yourself credit. So keep a log if you want to. You don't have to. But sometimes just seeing the positive can outweigh all this negative. A daily intent to do better. Don't bash yourself, but that perseverance and tomorrow I will do better. And sometimes you have to shorten those goals. It's not going to be like, I am going to clean this place up in one day. You know what? I did half of it in one day. So it might be just a 1 weekly intention. It doesn't have to be a full day, every single day intention. Because, the harder it is, the quicker it is, the more you want to transition and, trying to think of the word, change, it's day by day. You can't look at leaps and bounds. We're not Superman. We're not Catwoman. We're human. And it takes time. But anyway, today we are doing, I have no idea what we're doing today because I haven't looked at the videos that were available to you. And yeah, so it might be something fun. It might be something wonky. But here we go. 3 things. Be kind, be forgiving, be you. And let's go check out the video for today. Have a good week, you guys. Okay, I wanted to show you some of my batch sheets. And it's really important to keep batch sheets of if you wild harvest anything or if you purchase anything and make cosmetics and sell it. Because you really need to keep track of all those things in case there are recalls or problems or, you know, a complaint against your product. So I guess I did harvest yarrow this year. I don't know if you, don't know if I said much on my video with the aftershave splash, but I did harvest some, so I thought this is a small enough batch. We're gonna use this. So these are my sheets, and I create them myself. This is totally created off of Excel. You could create it off of Google Sheets yourself. And so, like, you know, I collect it over the course of a year. And if it's something for my garden, I will just put, you know, like, and because it's usually through this season. So, because I have dates harvested. So it'll be summer of 2025 is when this was harvested. And I'll give it a lot number, and I'll put wild harvest. That's just so you know, it's wild harvested. It's not my garden. Wild harvested, and 2025, and I'll give it a Y for yarrow, just because. And then the common name, yeah, yarrow. I guess I have to look up the scientific name. I don't know what it is. And I'm not finding my batch sheets, so no, puppy, you're gonna have to wait. Okay, so here is the scientific name. You just, you know, look that up. It's not. And since I only do this once a year, I don't know what they are. Okay. Now, my location, obviously, you know, North Dakota, Stark, landmarks. This was along the pasture. Whoops, I can't spell along. Let me see. It would be the north pasture fence, and there's no roads there. Descriptions would be, if you want to get more specific, it would be cow pen, by the cow pen. Other, if you have other, what is it used in? So I haven't used it in anything yet, but it's normally used in my aftershave splash. And then you can put the dates in there. And trying to think what else. Usually it's infused with witch hazel. So when I do infuse it, then I'll put those dates here. Approximately amount gathered. Can you see this? If it's a really big batch of something, you know, then you use a bigger bowl. So this is literally only 0.09 ounces. That's pathetic, girl. All those walks you went on, and this is what you get. Most of my herbs are stored in glass jars. Some of my bigger herbs, like where I have a ton of them, like chocolate mint, those I might put in like the plastic ones, but like this is my chamomile. We'll do that in a minute. Okay, so my storage is, it's all dried, and it is already dried. You can, you know, frozen if you use it fresh, some other way. maybe freeze dried, I don't know, whatever you do. And then a picture. Sometimes I take pictures of what I'm collecting. So I don't think I have a picture because I wasn't collecting a whole lot. And I was going to do a video on it, but so I would have to look and see if I actually have a picture of that. You can just, if you print it, just print it on the back, you know, or just make it so it's one big copy. So this is my euro, and then we can do, since we're doing this, we can do the chamomile. Actually, I was really good about harvesting this, but so we'll just run through this one really quick. Okay, so this is summer of 2025, and this, I'm going to put G for garden harvested because I grew it. Okay. GAR is for garden harvested, and it would be for the summer of 2025, and then just CHA for chamomile. So this is my lot number, and I will show you how we use that on another video. So my common name is chamomile. So go back to locations, North Dakota, Stark. This was garden grown and harvested. What is it used in? So I know I infuse it in witch hazel and tallow and oil. But when I do this, I'm going to have to be more specific about the oil, and put the lot number for the oil that I have. Like if you use this is my organic extra virgin oil from Soaper's Choice. I normally don't use this one for these. It's just handy right now, but they always have a lot number on there. Actually, and this one's wearing off, but I actually have it on written down on my inventory sheet what the lot number is. So if you don't get a lot number for your oil, you can put like the place. So, you know, like I'm gonna do it on this side. Okay, so let's, for example, say you bought it from Amazon, and it's Spectrum organic olive oil, and you would put the date, like let's say you bought it in May 2025. You'd write better so that, you know, people could read it, and you don't have to put the price when you're looking for a lot number, but you could put the order number of this, and then any barcodes aren't really helpful, but sometimes you can put an expiration date. This is probably more important than the barcode. Okay, and then you can create your own lot number for that oil to be used when you use the chamomile. But when you infuse it, you should, I have those infusion sheets, which you've seen, and so that's where I would put all that. But this tells me what I've done with my chamomile, and then you put your scientific name. Yes. Okay, amount gathered. We knew this, right? Was it 164? I can't remember, but it goes back into this jar. And if you use, like if you cross over, like let's say I have some from last year. So if I have some from last year, I will put both numbers on my sheet, and I will say that they're, you know, they're from 24 and 25. So what did I get for doing it this way? 1.64. Okay, perfect. So 1.64 ounces. It is dried. It probably weighed more when it was fresh, But like I said, I like to dry them. And I have lots of pictures of chamomile, but I don't know if I have any of this year. And it's not a big deal to me because I know what the chamomile is. You know, if you're harvesting and you don't know what it is for sure, probably don't want to do that. But yeah, that's how I do my wild harvest sheets for my batches. We'll do other batches another day. And as always, I hope you had a good time. Thank you for dropping by, and I will see you next time. And God bless.